Hey, Dave from cheapwinefinder.com with another companion podcast. We're going to start the holiday party season now, because why wait? And I'm coming up, so let's get the party started with, what do I got here? A cheapie. Burlwood Cellars California Brut Rosé, $4.99 at Aldi. I believe it's made by Gallo. Not positive, but I think so. $4.99 bubbly. How on earth can it be good? Well, I don't know how it could be good, but it is. And I'm going to take a sip. I'll probably sip it all the way through this because there's something about a wine that you expect nothing from, and it gives you a little something. You almost like that better than a wine that you expect the world from, and you kind of get it, but nothing more. So let me take a sip. First of all, it doesn't even have a cage and a cork. Usually wines have that cage and a cork on there because there's so much pressure from the bubbles that they need to have something, safety device on there. This has a twist top, a bubbly twist top, but a twist top. And it doesn't say what the grapes are. It's a rosé of something. And it's dry, brut. And it's $4.99. And it's at Aldi. Now, I did the Burlwood Extra Dry last year, about this time, I think. I put a link to that in the review, too. And that was great. And this thing drinks really good. I can't find anything really wrong about it. I mean, there's, if it was supposed a $50 champagne, I would go out a little light in complexity and maybe not as intense as I would expect from a champagne, but it's $4.99 from California and Aldi and bubbly, and it's got bubbles, and it's got a pretty pink flavor, Barbie-Doll pink, which when it comes to rosé, you can't get much better than Barbie-Doll pink. Second sip, that tells you everything you need to know. I'm averaging a sip a minute. Really nice acidity. A lot of times with cheap, that's cheap. A lot of times with cheap sparkling wines, bubbly, the acidity is too much. I guess it's almost hard to control because you're fermenting it twice, and it can kind of burn a little bit. I've had some cavas, cheap cavas, that kind of give you indigestions afterward because you're just downing acid into your stomach. Down here, it's kind of like balanced. The flavors are black cherry, maybe some plum, nothing too fancy, a little bit of citrus, nothing fancy, but everything that's there is good. Everything tastes fine. Because I'm thinking this is a party one. 4 bottles of bubbly for $20. Now, you can have a party like that. No, even though you can't have many people over anymore, not until whenever. 4 bottles of this would get a party started. And, or Tuesday night watching Netflix. You just don't want to. I think it's low alcohol. I forgot to look. I think it's like 11%. Yeah, well, it's too late to look now. It's like gold letters on a pink background, which don't show up. So anyway, it's got low alcohol. If it's Tuesday, you want to drink something and not have a headache in the morning or a little off in the morning, this is perfect for it. It tastes great. It's got a little bit of minerality. It's got everything you'd want in an inexpensive, cheap bubbly. Charmat Method is the same way they make Prosecco. Huge tanks, throw the yeast, so sugar in there, get the fermentation going, pressurize it so the CO2 that is released from the fermentation can't go anywhere. You keep put that pressure up for a couple of weeks. The better Prosecco's is a couple of months. This is probably a couple of weeks. I don't know. They didn't say, but just figuring. And there you go. And after a while, the bubbles get put back into the wine. You put in a bottle, you put a top in it. I mean, it'll probably lose its fizz before too long. That's something champagne won't do so easy. It's got so much pressure in there, it tends to keep its fizz longer. But if you drink enough of it and drink it quick enough, and don't fool around and put the cork back in between drinking it, you're fine. So So there you go. This is a not even fairly, this is a good party wine. So, yeah, we're starting off the season with cheap bubbles that actually taste good. I'm going to take another sip, I think third one. And that's it. I got a $4.99 bubbly that I like. So keep it cheap. Adios till the next one. And there'll be a next one. We'll have a bunch of them coming up until the holidays come. So adios and bye-bye.